Hi friends, right now you can congratulate yourself for looking at your phone or computer display and listening to insider information that will allow you, of course if you wish, to earn at least your dream home in about 100 days. I am happy that it sounds somehow pathos and fantastic, but nevertheless, I will add more intrigue. Your dream house will be valued at about $1 million. At the same time, which is very important for everyone, this amount you will get absolutely risk-free, transparently and legally. In other words, no one can stop you from getting and using your $1 million. And this statement is very rare today, if you look at the huge graveyard of financial pyramids. Thank God, people are beginning to get smarter and understand. The higher the percentage of income per month, the prettier the legend, and the more grandiose the company's plans for several years ahead, the less chance there is of getting back at least what is yours. But in this case, we are not interested in such a swamp. So watch till the end and keep yourself in control of what you see. It will be hot at the end. I'm with you, Alexander Radushevich. Well, how much do you have to invest to get $1 million in network sports? I wouldn't call it an investment, but absolutely anyone can easily start with 5 tons. I mean 5 tons of coins. Yes, that's the long-awaited cryptocurrency that was created by Pavel Durov's team. It was this team, which Pavel Durov recruited from the best IT people from all over the world, that could create in a digital masterpiece in the form of the super-fast blockchain tons. To date, Toncoins are the most promising. With cryptocurrency, see for yourself, the number of potential users of Toncoin is almost 1 billion people. The transaction speed is a fraction of a second in Bitcoin, from 30 minutes to several hours of waiting. In 1 second, Ton's blockchain can process over 100 million transactions, while Visa's is only 65 million. The transaction fee is only 1 cent per transaction. That's why the same thousands of small business stores and freelancers accept Ton as payment for their goods and services. Tons are easy to buy and sell for rubles, and it takes you just 2 minutes of your time. And all because Telegram Wallet Wallet got a function to withdraw Ton to Russian cards. On the CoinMarketCap service, this coin rose from 206th to 25th place and trades today for $2.30. Most crypto analysts are confident that by the end of April 2023, Ton will be among the top 5 crypto assets and will cross the level of $10. It is with this coin Ton we have a great opportunity to earn hundreds of thousands of coins in a short period of time, which are instantly transferred and remain on your personal wallet. What you will do with them, flip them immediately to rubles or leave foreign wallets to grow 5 to 10 times, it is already up to you to decide. And now is the most important time for generating and obtaining Toncoins. The system is called Tonbooster. It is built on a smart contract, has been audited and works clearly like an atomic clock. You will only need a smartphone, Messenger, Telegram, and just 5 Toncoins. Using the referral link, you launch the Tonbooster chatbot and activate any package you wish to start with. There are 5 packages for you to choose from: a bike worth 5 tons, car, 25 tons, train, 125 tons, plane, 250 tons, and rocket worth 500 tons of coins. The different cost of the packages is due to the presence of special unique features, which I will explain a little later. I'll tell you right away, you can safely start with the bike package for 5 tons. And then on autopilot, without paying anything extra, you will soon activate the biggest package, rockets, which will take you to just financial space. What awaits you soon is what we can only call financial space. We'll get to it in a moment. There are only 2 basic things you need to do in this system. It is to activate the package and forward the Ether link to 5 friends or acquaintances who have Telegram. A great desire to get 713,000 coins in 100 days, which is equal to $1.5 million and 1,000 rubles in free money to start. I believe that these 2 actions are easy to do in 1 day, and for some people an hour is enough. Let's see the next steps on the following table. Line marketing is at work here, but not simple, but inverted. See, when you connect your first person, you open up your first line to receive 5% of the payment of any packages of all the affiliates that you get on your first line. This can be your personal affiliates, or your sponsor will put you their own person on your first line. It would seem Why such generosity from the sponsor? Now you will understand. Connecting the second person, you have a second line to receive 10% of all partners who are on the second line. That is, your personal has already managed to invite someone and received his 5%, and you received 10%. By inviting the third, you open the third level of depth, that is the third line, from which you will receive your 15%. Notice the reverse trend? Not the same as all the usual marketing. The fourth one invited will open up your fourth depth, getting 25%. And the fifth person who becomes your fifth line will open to you the fifth line of depth, from which you will receive already 40% from all partners who have activated any package from 5 to 500 coin ton. Therefore, it is very important to give information and connect at least 5 people to your first line as soon as possible. Depth can build rapidly, like a fire in a dry forest on a windy day, and to avoid missing fat percentages from depth, you only need to have 5 people on your first line. As the saying goes, the deeper into the woods, the more firewood. And this innovative system opens us up to the following swell. Let's say every single person on all 5 levels went to the minimum package for 5 tons of coins. Each of them will always have a lot of friends and acquaintances, for whom the idea of becoming a crypto millionaire already this year, spending only 1,000 rubles, is very helpful. Of course, all the other partners will invite to the first line, but we will take the most minimal variant of only 5 people from each. So on your first line will be 5 partners, which will bring you an income of 1 whole 25/100 of a coin tons. On the second line will be, respectively, 25 people. You will get 12.5 tons. The third line will consist of 125 persons, from which you will receive 93 whole 75/100 of a coin of tons. The fourth line will consist of 625 men, who will bring you to your purse 781 whole 25/100 of a ton. The fifth line will especially please you, with a number of 3,125 persons, from different cities and countries. Your income from the fifth line will be 6,250 tons of coins. You will be paid a total of 95% from your network on 5 levels. And 5% goes to the developers of this system. 3,905 people who will show up in about 70 days will create you an income of 7,138 coin tons. If we take just today's exchange rate of $2 and $3, that would amount to $16,019. Already a good start, but over the course of the year, the cost per ton will certainly increase. See how your received capital can change at different rates, which are quite realistic in the next 1 or 2 years. The largest exchange, Binance, has already filled tons on its platform, and this is a direct signal to take off in 10x's and higher. And in what period of time can fill all 5 lines with 3,905 people? Let's figure it out. How long does it take to invite 5 people? Is it 1 hour for someone to drop clips from a link, or 1 day to talk on the phone beforehand? Let's take it in reserve. 5 long days? Let's say that. To build the second line, we need to help our partners, newcomers, so that they quickly figure out everything and invite their own 5 people. So let's add 70% of the break, and then the second line of 25 people will be built in 9 days. Add these 70% breaks to the other lines, and we will get in the end the same 100 days, during which we will fill all 5 lines. But even if your team is not so fast, and your 5 lines are filled, let's say for 6 months, then even here time works for you, because the popularity of Ton is growing rapidly. Internet Tri-Zero, in which the blockchain of Ton is connected in the 2023 year, will be massively integrated into different spheres of business. And already in the fall, we will see Ton priced at least $10 on the Binance exchange. So your Ton wallet will have or more than 5 million rubles? Yes, it's still modest, but it's already nice. And where is the promised $1 million, you ask? Here we go to the hottest core of the system, Tonbooster, which almost from the very beginning, and for 100 days we will generate our first $1 million. Every day, week after week, new affiliates on all 5 lines will join your system. In your bot, you will see every receipt on your wallet, and naturally, you will have the desire to withdraw profits to spend them on your life. Withdrawal of money occurs according to certain rules. If you are on the package bike, you can withdraw 30% of the coins, and 70 are distributed 5 levels up from you, that is, your 5 sponsors. So it is quite unprofitable to be on this bike pack for a long time, and people will naturally upgrade to the next car pack, worth 25 tons, and you can do it out of your earnings. It's more interesting, 40% for yourself and 60 up, then you can gradually, using the earned coins, move to the track, then to the plane, increasing the percentage of withdrawal. Of course, for maximum profitable withdrawal, everyone will strive as quickly as possible to make an upgrade to the package rocket to withdraw with maximum profit, and this is not the only reason to try to quickly move to the rocket for 500 tons. See what gives us a booster life-giving. Every person in your structure, up to the 5th depth, will make a withdrawal of coins, and with each withdrawal, you will receive gift interest, which goes straight into your wallet, in full, no splitting. Hunting on the bike package, you'll get 1%, and on a rocket package, you're up to a maximum of 15%. Where do these gifts come from? That's right out of that 30% that goes up through the system. 15% of that 30% will be paid out to you. Imagine a large number of people on all 5 lines will want to withdraw the handsomely earned tons. Consider one person who withdraws as an example. For example, 1,000 tons. If you have a bike package, you will get 1% of this withdrawal, that is 3 tons or $7. And if you in advance move to rocket, you will receive already 15% of the gift, that is 45 tons, in the amount of $104. Which will appear so unexpectedly and just by the way, when you saw beautiful clothes or equipment worth 7,500 rubles. From such cases of withdrawal, you will have at least 3,905 times. Notice how your life begins to acquire new colors and funny perspectives. And still, this is not enough. I agree. You and I need at least $1 million. What can you do? Life is contagious. Then let's look at the last variant of the table and take away what we came for. And now let's look at the situation that will inevitably appear in your structure when all partners have switched to the rocket package, because it is justified and cost-effective for many reasons. And in this option you will earn 70,875 tons, and this already at today's exchange rate of 2 and 3 will amount to the very same 1 and 6 millions. By the end of the year, this amount can range from 3 to 7 millions. And notice, there is no fantasy in the prospect of your success and the cost of tone. Everything is as real and predictable as that statement that after August comes the certainly. A wonderful fall. And for all of us, it will resemble the giant golden antelope that taps its hoof daily in our backyard. And don't get any ideas. Satisfied enough, let it work. And we move on to our unabashedly big dreams and plans, which immediately after this video form, write down, draw, and hang in a prominent place. We come to the final intriguing question. And what is the maximum amount you can get in this system? Let's see. We will not even take the variant when many partners connect 10, 30, 50 people to their first line. We will be more modest. If each person invites just 5 people, then you will have 3,905 partners in the structure, which in time each will earn their 713,875 tons. And when they each, in their own time, press the withdrawal button, then 30% will be distributed throughout the structure, and you will receive a gift of 15% of that 30, which will be 32,000 tons, from each of you. And what is pleasing, this gift is not divided 70 to 30, but in full goes to your commission purse. So, 32,000 tons multiplied by 3,905 people and get 125,445,000 tons, which we multiply by today's modest exchange rate and get rounded up to 200. $88 million. And in a year's time, when the exchange rate of a ton crosses the $10 mark, multiply your entire capital by 5. If your mouth is dry, have some water. I think I'll do the same. Okay, Chuckles. Of course. I'm ready to hear some people doubt that it's even possible. Okay, let's take the most pessimistic option and a negative attitude. Let's say that not everyone can find 5 people who have a spare 1,000 rubles, and not everyone wants a lot of money. Yes, this is possible if you tell this to the parishioners of the sect of the horsemen of the apocalypse who live in lethargy, waiting for the end of the world. So give this information to adequate people like you who have dreams and plans in this life. Let's imagine another impossible sadness, that for this year the rate of the tune will not rise and will remain the same $2 and $3. Now that's a fantasy. Okay, and let's add to this the gravity of waiting. People are thinking long and hard, questioning the relevance of an extra million, but when they see the results, of course they get involved, and it stretches for a whole year. Well, and the worst thing that can be assumed is the meager result. Only 1% of success from what you should have. Multiply 288 million by this measly 1% and we'll get those, so to speak, orphaned $2 and $8 million. Of course, Abramovich would be saddened by this sadness. But I don't know about you, but I would still thank the Creator for this result. I already thank him for giving me the vision and insight into this information that I got from my friend, for which I give him special kudos. The main secret to being a crypto millionaire is to be in the right place at the right time. In the right place, with the right and powerful tool. And we have everything for this in the form of Tonbooster, which is designed for stable and long-term work. The IT guys not just financially interested in blowing off palinkas for perfect work. And now I'm going to make those who ask, is there just passive income if you don't invite anyone? Of course you do. To do this, it is enough to immediately purchase or eventually switch to the rocket package for 500 tons. In this option, you will receive daily and distributed 20% of the total revenue of the service on an absolute passive % of the booster's profit and distribute it among all rocket package holders. The percentage will be floating, but in essence, it is similar to receiving a percentage of the company's profit on shares. And the profits here, as you might have noticed, for both the founders and the partners are simply enormous. Let's take a closer look at where the money for passive income comes from. This is very important to understand before making the right choice and gaining confidence and peace of mind. Look, everything is managed with a smart contract, which is once created on the blockchain and closed, and then no one can interfere with the interest and change anything. As soon as any person is connected for any amount of tones, instantly the smart contract algorithm is triggered and 5 levels up and 5% is accumulated in the Tonbooster developer's account as their disposable income. Every morning another algorithm is triggered in which 20% of the entire amount of world volume that the developers received is allocated to instantly distribute that portion to all rocket accelerator owners in equal amounts. That is, the developers share it with their income, us. Each day a different amount of tones comes in, and it depends on the worldwide volume of tones coming into the system. It could be 3 tones, it could be 9 tons, it could be 5 tons. The average reading on the next day is about 15 to 30% a month in passive income. That's already excellent. And you have to take into account that the Tonbooster is just starting to do the first acceleration when China, Europe, America, India are just getting plugged in. The new turnover of tones will be an order of magnitude higher, and accordingly your passive income will also proportionally increase several times over. And if we take into account that the tone itself will increase in price, the rocket accelerator will become your financial Klondike for several years ahead, at least. And that's without a single invitation. But you won't be able to keep your mouth shut for long. Your friends will want the same, and you will quickly build a large structure, bringing you a huge referral income, the size of which you already know.
And at the same time, of course, there will always be some gifted polyglot who will say, hey, it's a pyramid scheme. You're being scammed, it's a scam. In short, he will remember all the epithets he has heard before to look like a financial analyst. Friends, let's quickly understand right now and forever understand where there is a great risk of loss, and you should forget the way there, and where there is stability, security, and long term. Investment company with a beautiful legend like forex trading, artificial intelligence, arbitrage, etc., over the head of someone who accepts your investment. In return, he promises and sometime to pay a good passive income, and at the same time actively tells about the magic of compound interest. Of course, most people get the idea to constantly reinvest to increase the deposit. But the more cautious ones withdraw their profits immediately. After a year or 2 or 3 on the balance of the company, accumulates a huge amount of millions of dollars, if not billions, which are difficult to operate and save, and the owner of the company with all the cash neatly disappears to a warm land somewhere between the Emirates and Bali, never to be found again. And investors who recently looked at their offices and called themselves dollar millionaires gather in groups and write a statement to the prosecutor's office, well, as usual. Here, call it what you will, but always forget the way there, no matter how beautiful it is. Contrary to these, there is a completely safe smart contract model, which is used by a solid company operating billions of dollars. See here, it's simple, transparent, and logical. As soon as a new amount of money enters the Tonbooster smart contract, it is distributed among the partners of the structure according to a pre-written algorithm at that very second. The financial balance of the smart contract is always zero. It is a decentralized autonomous organization, abbreviated as DAO. There is no one who can poke around and disappear with the entire cash register. In fact, the cash register is always empty. All income in tokens is instantly distributed to the wallets of partners, and they can withdraw their tokens at any time and exchange them for rubles. Such smart contracts work stably for years on autopilot like an atomic clock. Therefore, the rocket gas pedal for 500 tons will be for many years to come. You daily passive profits as long as there is a blockchain and the internet on this planet. Let's not look too far ahead. In a year from now, you'll have about 2,000 tons of coins on passive from Rocket alone. Multiply by the coin rate in a year at least $10 and you will get $20,000 on your wallet. That's 20 times the current value of the rocket gas pedal. Now I hope you understand why most people with great experience trust their finances only to smart contracts and immediately choose the rocket accelerator with maximum profitability. I wish you the same. So, as a wise man once said, if you aim for the sun, you're sure to hit the moon. And I advise you to aim for 100% of success to take everything from this system to the maximum. And further, when all partners start withdrawing their coins to decorate their lives, we will smoothly approach the very thing.
Maximum. It will not happen in one moment, of course. Within a year, 2, 3, to your wallet will constantly come those very gift 15%. When 1 out of 3,905 people will withdraw their coins. And everyone will want to withdraw, of course. Now you can imagine the scale of this constant money waterfall. Clear math. Tonbooster here will not argue, and I will not argue with you. If suddenly frightened you big numbers and you answered, no, it is not for me. Surprisingly, this is the weirdest and most misunderstood but popular answer. Great, I'm glad you're here and you've seen this far. So, you're interested in bigger and more meaningful sources of income than what you have now, or as a supplement to it. So this is definitely for you, because in these difficult times, no one has clear guarantees and constant sources of income. One should have multiple sources that have a global perspective and are independent of politics. As you have already realized, Tonbooster is perfect for everyone in all parameters. I will give you a small recommendation, and it will determine 90% of your success. Remember, after you buy 5 tons and activate your Tonbooster, you will have a referral link to invite Before you send it off to your potential affiliate, ask them first if there are at least 5 people in their circle for whom $1 million is desperately needed. And buying 5 coins for this purpose for only thousands of rubles is not a question at all. And secondly, how determined he is to connect his 5 people within 5 days. If you don't feel the fire in their words or eyes, then quickly move on to the next person. Out of 10 to 15 people, you will find the same 5 who will act just as passionately and quickly. This approach to the case will be duplicated to the 5th depth. Everything will go as usual and on autopilot, and then you will meet the deadline of 100 days. Probably want to connect all 10, 20, 30 people in your first line, but the biggest and fastest business to you will make those 5 people who promised and delivered. Basically, as you can see, it's pretty simple, straightforward, logical, and transparent. Someday you will be asked, how did it all work out for you? What do you need to do? You can answer simple. You just need 5 tons and 5 people with fire. Mix it all up, heat it up, and infuse it for an average of 5 months. Yes, easy and humorous, but that's the way it is. The important thing is to start and keep going.